Do you still know anyone who did Sailor Moon? I said, yeah, I know Sailor Moon. Me? And she goes, I'm serious, Mom. And I'm like, what are you doing? What? And she goes, oh, Mom, like, just, do you know somebody that did, you know, like maybe they could come in and talk. I'm like, I'll come in and talk. Pick me. Pick me. I'll do it. I'm not going to charge you. I might charge you. I might charge you now. What is going on? So she just sort of dismisses me. Oh, Mother, you're ridiculous. So the next day, she does her presentation. I said, how did it go? And she said, oh, it was great. Oh, it was great. I told them everything. Did you talk about Sailor Moon? Yes, I talked about Sailor Moon. And I said, did you tell them? Tell them what? That maybe I was Sailor Moon? No. Didn't tell them. Like, who does that? Who does that? So a couple of days later, I see the teacher that was in charge of all this, and he said, oh, Madeline did such a great job. She really knows her stuff. And I went, I got issues. He was like, what? And I said, I got issues with her presentation. I'm not going to lie. He said, well, what do you mean? I said, well, did she happen to mention that anything about Sailor Moon? Oh, yes, she talked about Sailor Moon, and, you know, it was a very important thing, and you know, the Japanese culture, and bringing it over to North America, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, did she happen to mention that I was the voice of Sailor Moon? And he said, no. And I said, yeah, I was actually the voice of Sailor Moon. And he was like, I had no idea. I did not know this. Suddenly he's fangirling, and I'm like, yes, that's what I want. That's what I'm waiting for. So she goes to Japan. She has to stay with the family for a few days, and they're talking about, you know, do you watch anime? They're going through all the anime that she watches and stuff, and then they go, did you Sailor Moon? Oh, Sailor Moon. And she's like, and she said, Mom, I let your little secret out of the bag. Oh. And I was like, really? You did you? What happened? What it all? Give it all to me. So she told them, she actually was with the family, and they said, oh, we love Sailor Moon. It's our favorite show, blah, blah. And she finally said, my mother is actually the voice of Sailor Moon in North America. And they were like, see, that's what you want. You want that reaction. That's good stuff, man. Still, I know, they're evil. Having said that, since I've been going to these conventions and stuff like that, they've sort of followed along, and they've sort of watched and gone, oh, there is something to this, and it's kind of cruel that we haven't told our friends, because their friends will dress up for Halloween as Sailor Moon, and they won't tell them. Like, what? Who does that? Anyways, they're all evil. Oh, look, we got Jupiter over here.
Nice.
Jupiter would be very proud if she saw Uranus. Like I am of my little moon over there.
Have you ever seen different versions, like the Japanese versions?
We've seen bits and parts of it. We've also seen some fan fiction stuff. That I was not ready for. Very interesting.
What's your favorite abridged series?
You know, I don't know. I haven't seen enough of it to know the abridged stuff. But there's actually a short. There's a fan fiction short with a Tuxedo Mask and Sailor Moon. I think it's. I want to say. I think if you look for it, the guy who plays Tuxedo Mask is a guy named Kyle Dooley, but he does. It's a really funny short on the Tuxedo Mask stuff. But I don't know.
We do love the fan fiction. We got to actually do a live stage thing, and Tuxedo Mask was the Bachelor, and the Sailor Scouts were all the bachelorettes, and we were like trying to get him to pick us.
Yeah, to whom I give the rose. That was really funny. It was very strange.
Very good. It was very funny.
Yeah, I ended up picking Sailor Moon's dad instead. Apparently.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well, because Serena was at school, and I was hanging out with him. It was really like wacky.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, right over there.
how does it feel looking out and seeing the older fans and seeing like my 4-year-old little girl here that's a super fan?
It makes me bawl my eyes out every single time. I love it so much. It was so weird the first time we got like a young fan that came to one of our tables. We were like, oh, you watch? And we were like, there's another generation. It's fantastic. I love it. I love it. We have a lot of fans that come to us. Each convention we find there's at least one person that reaches out and just says, you know, I had a really rough childhood, really, really rough childhood, and there was, you know, times that I didn't want to live, and, you know, just saying the reason I'm alive today is because of Sailor Moon. And I had, you know, one in particular fan who said that, and she, you know, she's weeping as she's telling me this. I'm weeping as she's telling me this. And she said, you know, like, I didn't want to go on, and because of you, because of Sailor Moon, I found the strength, and I was able to get past all that. And then she turned and said, I want you to meet my daughter. I'm like, bawling my eyes out, and there's her daughter dressed up, you know, as Sailor Jupiter or something like that. And I was just like, oh my God. It was just, I love it. So that's when I see all these.
I like how she dressed her up as Sailor Jupiter, though. She was smart.
The mother was dressed up as the moon.
Hi, I'm Gracie. I brought my daughter. This is like an early birthday gift. This is our first Comic-Con that we've joined, like, ever.
Wow.
I love you guys. I still remember watching you guys. My mom walked in on me one time, and I don't know what episode it was, and I was just bawling my eyes out. And she's like, really? You're crying? Like, for cartoons? Well, you don't know the story. You don't know. But I wanted to ask, did you guys ever, like, make the voices, like, in your everyday life? Like, you know how you're recording? Did it ever just go along with your everyday life? Like, did you ever sound like them?
Yes, because you can't sometimes get it out of your head when you've been doing it all day. One of the things that they always made us do was anytime Serena would move her eyes or look over one way, you had to make a noise. Whether they put it in there or not, they weren't sure if they were going to or not, but it was like, just in case we need it. So I'd watch the scene, and every time she would, so like, that gets in your head. And every time you move your eyes, everything you do.